everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author, and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So today we're going to do what we usually do around this time of the month. We're going to talk about what I was up to last month, and also we're going to be reviewing the goals I set myself for March and April and setting new ones for May and June. So let's starting with what I've been up to. Let's split it into three categories: work, health and miscellaneous. So in work, I managed 19 chapters, 77 pages and 43,734 words in April, and I was really pleased with that. The odd number of chapters is because I finished a book earlier than planned. I managed to finish both Project Isolation and I Wish I Could Stop You, which means I'm now starting 2 new books to draft. I was sad to see the end of the Penny Note trilogy, but at the same time I'm glad with how it ended and all that came with it. The next book in the Aberdeen series is going to be interesting, and the other project, Keep Your Secrets, should be as well. I'm not sure if the latter will become a series, but it has the potential to do so, so we'll see. We finished the proof edits for Lights Off and it's now out with ARC readers. You still have time to sign up for one if you want. The form is listed below. We are almost to release month, so if you want to pre-order, the link is below as well as the form for the pre-order swag. In other work news, I managed to start my first read-through of Invisible and start work on the second draft. I was a little worried about how it would turn out, and while I have a video upcoming about the last 2 projects I was working on, as well as the mention of Invisible as my revision project, I wasn't ready to talk about it then, and I'm still not now, so we'll see how things go. I have been, if you saw April's weekly writing vlog, really struggling health-wise, which I'll cover in a moment, so not all that much has been going on. I'm also really pleased for the book trailer for Lights Out. If you haven't checked it out yet, I'll link it up in the cards. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really hoping to release the next 2 books sometime before the release of Lights Off. So in health, oh boy did I have a health month. I was supposed to have me put on the 1st, and that didn't happen because I had a fever. Thank you, Torty. 1 COVID test later and I had it on the 6th instead, which messed up my timing, so I don't have it again this month like I was supposed to. Along with the COVID test, I've been having bloods done because of an ongoing health issue and have spent several days at the hospital with the possibility of being admitted. Thankfully, I'm still home, but I do have a scan on the 7th of May, along with my next Mepro dose, and I'll try and let you know how that goes. As I said a lot in the weekly vlog, I have not been feeling well, and so that's had an impact on what I've managed. I have a busy month ahead, but we'll see how health matters carry on with that. And in the miscellaneous section, I haven't done much other than write, sleep and read, hence why I read so much in March and April, which you'll find out in a moment. I do have an appointment to get my hair did on the 14th, so fingers crossed that happens because I want my hair short and purple again. And the kittens are almost 10 months old and as pesky as ever, as you have seen the stars of my videos. So reviewing the goals I set myself for March and April. Number 1, write 40 chapters, 20 of each book. Not done. Well, it kind of was, but I wrote solidly for 2 months. But I also ended I Wish I Could Stop You a chapter before I planned to, and it worked, so I'm happy with that. So this technically doesn't count, so I didn't do this. Number 2, read 60 books. Done. I read 44 books in March and over 35 in April. I am so ahead of my reading challenge that I've increased it by 100 books. So, and I am still kind of ahead by a lot, so I don't know whether I'll increase it again. Number 3, do line and proof edits for Lights Off. Done. This was done by the middle of April and Lights Off is now out with ARC readers. Number 4, do 2 monthly spreads in Planner. Done. I am loving the new planner. I did a video setting it up at the end of April, which I will link up in the cards. Number 5, take 1 day off completely each month. Done. I had several days off in March and again in April. Number 6, send a second pang to developmental editor. Not done. As I talked about in my March weekly vlog, I made the decision not to do this until next April, and it's really working for me considering the health stuff. Number 7, research adds more. Not done. I really need to get on this. And number 8, Rise Invisible. Done. I started the 2nd draft and I'm planning on moving on to the 3rd draft this month. So that's 5 out of 8, so I'm just scraping by with a win. And setting new goals for May and June. Number 1, write 40 chapters, 20 of each book. Number 2, read 70 books. Number 3, do pre-release promo for Lights Off and Arcs. Number 4, release Lights Off. Number 5, do 2 monthly spreads in Planner. Number 6, take 1 day off completely each month. Number 7, do 2 drafts of Invisible. And number 8, research adds more. And Torty is biting my arm because it keeps moving while she's sat here wanting cuddles. So I'm going to have to stop moving that arm. So there we go. That's basically what I've been up to, what I've managed, and all that I've achieved over the past month. It's also what I did with my goals. I think 5 out of 8, or just over halfway, is the lowest I've ever scored. But I think I would have been fine if I'd written that extra chapter. But I got to the point where I was writing this chapter and I thought, the book ends here, and if I keep going, I'm just going to have to cut it in revisions, and I see no point in doing that. So, you know. So what have you been up to this month? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like, or subscribe. I post videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to enter the Page Channel Awards, which open until May 31st, and I will be judging the Young Writers Award. And also don't forget to pre-order Lights Off. And if you do pre-order, don't forget to grab the swag. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.